To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Buzbee want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
But the first thing I took from this when I heard it was, look, he was living in California and moved to Nevada. She moved from California to Nevada too. So if somebody's being abusive to you in one state, why would you move to the next state with the same nigga who's abusing you? I don't know. Me personally, I found the red flag with that personally. And then the next thing is this sex tape that's supposedly coming out. Shannon said, put the whole 30 minutes out or 10 minutes, whatever it is. I guess there's some part in there for 30 seconds because Unc brought that up. Shannon brought that up. He said, I believe he's going to release 30 seconds of it. Whatever that 30 seconds is must be nasty and violent and fucked up. If you don't want to put the whole 10 minutes and you're reducing it to that 30, it must have been WWE in that joint. Elbow off the top of the bed, off the thrower against the dresser. You white little bitch, come here, suck big black dick. Fuck you talking about? You want nigga dick? I get that part. I get it. Because I tell white bitches you want that nigga dick. But it's consensual. They agree. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I've been doing this in a different realm from him. I never made it as a professional athlete. I've been out here shaking and juggling these bitches since 20 years old. I know what you up to. I know when a bitch try to bait me in a text message to say some dumb shit. I ain't writing it back. You right. And I'm not writing nothing back. You can't get me to write a damn thing back when I see what's going on. You get what I'm saying? Then you gotta know. You gotta know. See, that's the fucked up thing. It seemed like he trusted her from the conversation I heard. You gotta read the signs like, I don't want to get choked. That ain't something you usually say. Hold on. You don't usually talk to me like this. Why are you talking to me like this now? Yo, I'm gonna hit you back. Boom. And then you know when shit ain't right, you be like, when you answer the phone, they be like, hello, hello, hello. They setting up. Oh, I can hear you now. They done set the call up. You gotta read all these signs, bro. And you gotta think about this, right? This is why, and a lot of people call this nigga Uncle Tom, and he don't like black people, or this, that, and the third, et cetera, et cetera. This is why Stephen A. don't get into no shit like this. And I'm gonna say none of us is above it, knock on wood, but he knows he works for Disney. When you work for Disney, a sex tape can't be coming out like this. You can't be admitting that, 30 seconds of this shit was kind of rough. I'm letting y'all know. Shit get a little wild. But didn't he like 30 seconds get what? Yo, this Mickey Mouse in there. What you mean 30 seconds get wild? I think that Disney's getting a little more lenient because of shit like Pat McAfee, cursing at 12 p.m. in the afternoon. Not just that, Shannon had a little sex tape that he admitted to, nothing visual, just vocal. So I think it's a little more lenient, and I hope that Disney does keep him. I'm rooting for him because I do believe this is a shakedown. But when you start getting the video evidence and vocal evidence and audio evidence, I should say, pardon me, and
hey, it's your brother Van Silk speaking here again, Black Culture News Network. Let me ask you a question, man. I'm not going to ask you a question. I want to make an opinionated statement of what's going on with our brother Shannon Sharpe Everybody call him Unc. Well, your Unc, I'd like to take away your uncle pass for a minute, because now I'm the uncle talking. You 56, I got you by 12 years. In today's world we live in, social media, all the money that's being made today, OnlyFans models, or whatever they want to call them, OnlyFans, and just a world of Sodom and Gomorrah, turbulence. You 56 years old, she 20, so you started messing with her when she was 18. Legal. Nobody say nothing when the old Caucasian men be having girlfriends 40 years younger than them. What's the coach they used to coach the Patriots? I think he's 73 and his girlfriend is 30. Listen, to each his own. I have a daughter that's 43 and one 41. And you get yourself caught up in a situation where you on ESPN, okay? You had your problem with Skip Bayless and you left and you was almost in tears on Fox Sports with Skip Bayless. These fucking trucks. Excuse my language. I'm outside. I didn't mean to say effing trucks, but... And Stephen A. Smith got you over at ESPN. Then you went and started your show called Nightcap with Ocho Cinco. And you became Club Shay Shay. You became very popular. You had the biggest interview with Cat Williams. Brother, don't you know that you was a target? Cameron said it best. When people call you on your phone, they talk about hello, 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 and all that, man, you're supposed to hang up. Or I'll call you right back. Nah, man. You hang up. You don't get nobody no time to click in. And she would record it. You got recordings. You're in a hot mess where you supposed to be getting a $100 million deal, a whole new deal, because you put Ocho Cinco on because he wanted to get on the ESPN, and you told him, I just got here. But you got your own thing. And Club Shay Shay. Monique told you to leave those girls alone in her interview with you. Leave them 20-year-old, leave these girls alone. They don't know nothing. Go and get yourself a woman in the 40s. They know how to make breakfast and cook. All these girls want is Birkin bags and shoes, and you take care of them. Same thing with your young basketball players getting a cougar. I mean, all the women in this world, all the beautiful black women that's going to school and getting educated, you gonna run the OnlyFans. Are you serious? Now look at you. You want to put everything out to protect yourself. You offer her $10 million and she ain't take it. They want 50. Tony Busby, he's an ambulance chasing lawyer. He chased after Jay-Z and Puffy and all that bullshit. Sorry, I'm to be like Roland Martin this morning. Yeah, the bullshit. Now you over here in a situation where I got your back. But first of all, to each his own. By listening to her on the phone, you knew she was a young chick. Then a picture comes up. You got yourself a Becky. But that ain't the problem. Problem is, ESPN is owned by Disney, homie. And they took that little 10-second clip talk about, I have to come over there and choke you. No matter whether you was kidding or no matter how you talked and the text messages you put out about her talking about she wants you to put a black baby into her. They're not going to look at her like that. They're going to look at you. First of all, why you even have a text conversation with any chick like that? I don't have no text message conversations with chicks about none of that shit. Because you're not going to save that for the rainy day. That's a rainy day. Okay? They didn't settle for 10. ESPN could suspend you, take away your contract. The $100 million deal allegedly you're supposed to have, they could back out because now they made out who the sponsors are. They ain't black. They're white-owned companies. Your name is dirty. You got away with the last audio tape that you put out that's allegedly they got into your phone. But we could tell she was black or mixed. But you straight out got this young 22 years old. Look at the people that's looking at you. Sexually assault. So you have consensual sex. You say, well, he raped me. You see, he said he was going to choke me. But we want to see all the transcribed because Academics broke it down last night because the same thing happened to DJ Academics. He got caught up with the brothers at his house that did that to the girl. He didn't even know she was there, but she threw him in the mix because he the one with the money. He said he spent over $200,000 lawyer fees. But here's the crazy part about it. They did not charge him with a crime. They just went out for a settlement. They don't want to take you to court for arrest you and go to court trial to prove a case. They want you to pay out the bag. Okay? You don't work hard for all this money that you're making now. You really didn't make this money when you was in football. You ain't listening to your older brother Sterling. Come on, man. How you gonna teach the younger brothers and you out here falling off the fucking bicycle? You let yourself get out there. I'm quite sure every sponsor is selling you sneakers and clothes and all kinds of stuff to wear on Club Shay Shay. You got the liquor brand on the table. You had Cat Williams, the biggest. Everybody wanted to talk to you, Shannon. Everybody. I was even kind of upset when you started putting, I don't know why you got this person on there or that person on there. Pat McVeigh could say some shit. They'll forget that he said it. Joe Rogan could say shit. They could forget that he said it. But you're a black man in this game. You still a black man to them. No matter how much money and views you get, you still black. Whenever they want to get the black man, the first thing they're going to do is call. They throw, if you notice, sexual assault and charges is the only way they always come at a black man. They did the Herman Cain, Godfather Peace, when he was running as a Republican against the year that Herman Cain was running up against Mitt Romney. Because the same year Barack Obama was running. And what happened to Herman Cain? 3 women came out talking about sexual charges. As soon as he dropped out, them charges, that conversation went away. Same thing happened to Clarence Thomas, Long John Silver with the girl. Okay, that might have happened, but he's getting appointed as a Supreme Court judge. That's what they did. They did it to Anthony Anderson. Front page news. But to come to find out the girl was lying, that shit was in the middle of the newspaper. They don't want to, and the number one thing in this game, when you're making money and you want to get the black man out of the way, they'll pay a woman. And these women today, I'll say anything. We had sex, but it made me nice. I just said no, and we had sex anyway. They'll consider that rape just because she said no. Damn it, every woman say no in the beginning. Let's keep the shit 100. But when the juices start to flow, it's on and popping. All I can say is, yo, Shannon, you claim you have a small circle. You better learn how to have dummy phones. You need to learn how to stop having conversation, text messages with any of these chicks, because ain't none of these chicks loyal. The only thing I'm going to say is, well, you thought you were special. You thought you were special. That's what it was. Thought you were special. I sent out encouragement to my brother Shannon Sharpe. Stand still, brother. A lot of brothers out there is in the same situation. You ain't the only one. You got brothers out here that don't even got money is caught in situations like that. But I'm going to get off this right now before this garbage truck comes. Y'all have a peaceful day.